So when it comes to Garry's mod, we pretty much use our hands for everything, which is why in today's video we're going to take a look at 3 different mods all about your hands. And first up, we're going to talk about my hands. No, not like my hands. I mean, that's the mod name. And what this mod does, it's a very simple and kind of an old mod, honestly, is it changes your hand model, well, to your actual player model. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but normally when you play with the Charpal or any other dead NPC, you get those weird, bloody civilian hands. Well, now we actually have the proper Charpal hands because I'm, well, playing as the Charpal. Now, for most default player models in Garry's mod, you don't need to do this because, well, it already works just fine. However, it does not work perfectly, and unfortunately, neither does this, at least with the pistol for some reason. Now, I should probably mention that I am using the HD weapon pack, which does kind of change the way you hold the weapons, but as we can see for most weapons, I mean, it works just fine. But for others, yeah, there's some issues. Now, it's only with the pulse rifle and the 9mm from what I could gather. Everything else looks just fine. And it's great that this does work with pretty much any player model, even if it doesn't officially support it, because... oh. Alright, well, the grenade too. What about the RPG? That looks fine. Camera, tool gun... your mileage may vary. Now, it's hard to say whether this is an issue with the My Hands mod, again, it's pretty old, or if it's an issue with something on my end, like, again, the HD weapons I have. Now, just to really drive home that this does work, we're playing as the skeleton, and I'm now realizing that you'll get different effects based on the player model you choose, so that's going to be problematic. I mean, the skeleton doesn't actually have any hands, which is why you just see a floating arm bone. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and try a Day of Defeat player model, and we can see that it looks fine. I mean, the model looks low poly, but that's kind of just how this... oh god. Alright, so after looking at the comments, a lot of people mentioned that certain mods like hand replacement mods or weapon replacement mods can break this. Like mmod, that can also break this as well. So if you have any of those installed, be careful using this mod. Next up, we have a really cool mod, and it's known as Better Grab. Now when you grab items, it'll replace your weapon with that said item. Now, of course, to other people, it looks like you have it in your hand, which I think is pretty damn awesome. I really love this mod. And if the item's big enough, you'll even see it in your peripheral vision, as you can probably see from here if I, well, actually, you might not be able to see it. Okay, I'll run, you'll see parts of it. It's barely out of focus, but it's pretty cool that this does work that way. And then simply left click and you'll put it down exactly where you're pointing at. Now, this is incredibly useful when you're trying to be precise. Like this milk jug, grab it. Let's say I want to put it here. Alright, let's try that again. Let's grab the milk jug. Simple. Bam. Put it down. It's so nice and seamless, and it feels so much better than what we have in Garry's mod currently. Now, it does take a bit of finessing and, well, getting used to because it's so different. Because, yeah, otherwise this can happen. But once you do get the hang of it, it's not too bad. And it definitely beats the one that we have in Garry's mod. Plus, in my opinion, it just looks so much more immersive actually picking up the item with your hand and then putting it down. I'm never going to see that newspaper again. Now, the cool thing is this works for, well, pretty big items. And you can even kind of configure how big the item is that you can pick up. Now, pressing left click will have you kind of toss it, compared to pressing E, where you lightly drop it exactly where you're facing. Right click is also going to just be a drop. Now you're going to notice that when you pick it up, you kind of swing. It kind of mimics the crowbar animation, but oddly enough, in third person. Alright, now we're going to see exactly what we can pick up. We can pick up barrels. Can we pick this up? No, we cannot. Now the thing that I find pretty interesting is that the way you hold the prop is going to change depending on the weapon you have when you pick it up. So the reason why we've been holding it above our heads like this is because, well, it's as if we're holding the crowbar. But if we switch weapons to, like, say, the pistol, now we're going to hold it like this. Now the cool thing is this does change how it looks when you pick it up. So now the prop is actually in front of us, And this is pretty cool. Now, in third person, it can look a little weird. You know, it just looks like we replace our weapon with the prop, which I guess in a way is kind of what is going on. But in first person, it actually looks like we're holding the prop down. Now, apparently there is different animations for whether the prop is heavy or not. The problem I have, though, is that no matter what heavy prop I have, it always just looks the same depending on whatever weapon that we have equipped. Okay, the camera looks really good. I like this. And this one doesn't just copy the animation. We actually are holding it, well, as if we're actually holding it. And then here we are holding this little nightstand here. Oh, but check this out. So if we have a very small item, then we do pick it up as if we're holding the camera, which looks a little strange. Now, with this, I would recommend probably holding it in some other different fashion, like, I guess, this. But for bigger items, you will get this special animation, which I think is pretty awesome. And last up in today's video, we have the Interactable arms, which is a really, really cool mod. What it does is it lets you control your arms individually. Left click lets you raise your left arm, right click lets you raise your right. Now, the thing I really like about this mod is you can see all of this in third person, so you could finally show off your amazing dance moves to all your friends, if you have any. Now, the cool thing is if you use the R key, you can set the angle for how your arms go up. For instance, now... oh, that don't look right. Now our arms go a lot higher than they did, so we can do this. This is comedy gold, or you could just, like, you know, pretend you're boxing. Oh, don't even start with me, dude. You can't handle this. Now, pressing the R key again will set the angle from 180 degrees to 90. So, yep, that's pretty much what we were used to. So you can go from 90 to 180. And if you do it while you're holding your arms out, you can even see the change, which is pretty cool. Now, the reason why I wanted to do this video is because of these last two mods, because they do kind of work. Now, obviously holding left click is going to let you throw this item, and right click is also going to do that. But I thought they would work pretty dang well together. The only unfortunate thing is that you actually can't pick up an item and use this mod at the same time. And there you have it. I'd love to know what you guys think down below. I feel like we don't appreciate our arms all that much in Garry's mod. We kind of just see it in front of us in FPS games and think, yeah, that's a thing. But the truth is, they really are something special. As always, I'd love to know what you guys think down below. Leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see in the next video. And until next time, thanks for watching and farewell.